Good afternoon, game design, and welcome back. Congrats on finishing topic 1, and welcome to topic 2, Intro to Game Design. So it looks like we have 7 activities. Once again, pause the video and go do the activity when I say, or watch through all of it, do the activities after, whatever floats your boat. Let's talk about the first activity though. Learn about GameStar mechanic. So we're going to take a look at what GameStar mechanic is, how we're going to use it to create our own game. GameStar mechanic is the tool we are going to use to learn about game design, such as level layout. There are multiple aspects of GameStar mechanic that aim to teach about different components of game development. The Quest is a single-player storyline where students learn about different game design elements. Quests also reward you with sprites. Sprites are avatars or images that you'll use in your game to display objects. The Workshop is a sandbox tool, like MakeQuest, where you'd be creating your own game. Game Alley is an area where you can find games created by students like yourself for the GameStar mechanic community. Now let's watch this video to learn a little bit more about GameStar mechanic. I'm not sure about you, but that definitely looks like fun. I'm excited for this one. All right, let's see our goals. GameStar mechanic aims at giving you the tools and knowledge of game design. As you become more familiar with GameStar mechanic, you're going to understand and explain the methods that go behind designing a game. You'll create your own game, and then we're going to generate a game starting with an idea without having to worry about the programming or coding part. I know a lot of you didn't love that part. I love the coding part because it requires me to think and it's very meticulous, but I know at the same time it's very meticulous. So you won't have to focus on that part here. Here we're focusing on the game design. Now, we are going to set up our GameStar mechanic accounts right here, right now. Brandon McGowan, I have already created your account. So let me know when you get to this point and I'll give you your information. But for the rest of us, here's what we do. Let's click register to open the screen. While that's loading, it tells me to enter my username, password, birthday, click the checkbox and register. Let's go step by step. So we'll do that one first. Brandon, I already looked up your information and I've created this for you. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. And then you guys can take a moment to pause the video and do it yourself. Happy birthday, by the way, belated. I apologize. And we both are born in November. That's awesome. Don't forget to click the I have read and agree to GameStar mechanic terms and services. Click register. Now I've already done this for Brandon, so if I click register now, it's just going to tell me the account's already been created. But when you do this, and use your information from Typing Club. That way it's the same username. You don't have to worry about memorizing a variety of usernames. You'll have one. It's easier for all of us that way. When you click register, you will see a screen that looks like this one, your security code screen. You are going to answer the questions just in case you forget your password. This will help you change your password. So it's going to ask you 4 different questions. Brandon, if you ever have an issue with your password, I answer the questions for me because I didn't know how you would answer. So my information's in there, but that's okay. So answer the security questions 1 time. It'll ask you to do it a 2nd time to verify. And then we move on. You'll have your GameStar Mechanic account. Let me log into yours, Brandon. Here, I'll pause the video when I do that in just a moment. The next activity tells you to connect your email. When I did this the first time, it reminded me that anyone under 16, it won't collect your email. So don't worry about this. We're just going to move on to the next part. We're going to read through the introductory comic, but I'm going to pause my video so I can log into Brandon's account and show you exactly what this looks like. If you need to take a moment to finish creating your account or raise your hand and ask me for help, now is a great time for that. All right, in this activity, it says to click on the Quest button at the top of the website. Clicking on the Quest button will take you to an introductory comic called Journey to Factory 7. Please read through the comic. Once you've read through the entire comic, you should find yourself on a page that looks like this. To get started, you'll have to play through the comic book. Addison joins the league by clicking on the blue play button. Clicking on the play button will send you to the first episode titled Journey to Factory 7. Please complete the first chapter before moving to the next lesson. I'm going to do that now. At the very top, click on Quest. Oops, if you run into this error, do the same thing. Allow. All right. Read through the comic. I'm not going to do this with you just because you guys can play and read through it. But as you do so, it not only tells the story, but it also teaches you how you're going to use GameStar Mechanic to create your own game. So once you play through, we move on to the next part, and you're going to check out the workshop. Before we do that, pause and go through the quest. Once you've completed the quest, which may take a while, they want us to check out the workshop. Now, it explains that the workshop is where we're going to be creating and working on our games, or at least one game. If we click at the top of the screen on the button that says Workshop, we can experiment with the tools here, and they'll give us a more in-depth tour of the workshop when it's time to create our own game. So I clicked on Workshop at the top, and it brought me here. I've already created games, so that's why mine's going to look a little different than yours. But there are draft games that you can edit and build off of. Here's where any of the games that you've created will be found in the My Published Games section. And I love this part, the challenges and contests. You play these different games to earn different sprites or sometimes to enter into different competitions. They usually have a whole lot. I've completed some of them. Some of them are time sensitive, so it closed on March 30th, 2015. Those are old ones. Those are challenges, contests. Others will be opening in 9 days. The Winter Animals Challenge, that's a fun one. I remember doing that one in the past. But explore the workshop. Take a moment to pause the video and see what you can find. Then come back and we'll move on to the next part. After the workshop, it wants us to check out the Game Alley. Here we're going to find out what the Game Alley is and how to use it. Click on Game Alley at the top of your screen, where you can play other games made by students just like you. Feel free to play a few games before moving on to the next assignment. So I'm going to do that. Game Alley. Feel free to pause the video, check out other games that students like yourself have created here. And then come on back. Last but not least, our notebook entry for this topic. I want you to take some time to answer the 4 questions being asked of you before submitting for review and moving on to the next section topic. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a wonderful rest of your day.